I started in games as a QA tester. Before that, I did briefly study in a game design school, like a game design cursus, but somehow it felt very abstract, and that's why I did only a brief, a brief scholarship. And I started as a QA tester at Vivendi Games, testing mobile games, and before smartphone were a thing actually, so it was quite tiring with like ugly sound chips, and that stays in your head for 5 days, etc. Um, and then I started as a game designer at Wizarbox, working indeed on some Wii games, etc. and Grey Matter. From there, I went to after Grey Matter shipped, I went to the Netherlands, worked at Playlogic on some games, but the company did close before I was able to ship anything there. And then I came to Lyon to work for Arkane right at the end of the pre-production of Dishonored 1. So I was the game systems designer on Dishonored 1 for the whole production, and then the first DLC, and then Dishonored 2. I think like I fire Dishonored 1 from time to time on my machine, and I think it's quite a fantastic game, to be honest. Like it's by no means perfect, or it's by no means everything we wanted it to be, but I think it's a very special game. The amount of freedom you have, the game world, that is something that did resonate a lot with our audience and with ourselves, to be fair. It was honestly, it was a project where we weren't sure that the industry or the gamers themselves wanted this kind of games. We weren't sure until the very last moment, and when we got the appraisal that we did get when the game launched, I have to say we were very relieved. It made us stronger in our resolve to specialize in that kind of game, immersive simulations. It made us stronger again in our belief that we shouldn't take the players for as if they were fools, as if they were stupid. Just trust the players to own their own experience, their own pacing, and basically it was very validating. I don't know if the word exists in English, but that's how it felt, to be honest. The first thing is that the reaction from the audience is interesting. It's in a way that's exactly what we wanted. The kind of reaction where someone would feel that killing is wrong. The fact that they tied it to the ending is not something where we feel we were very successful, to be completely fair. Or the way we intended it was more play your way and the world will react. And it felt to some players as if they were like somehow punished for their actions, which is clearly not what we wanted. So to be honest, like as personally as a player, I feel that the so-called bad ending is actually my favorite one. But regardless, the way we approached it in Dishonored 2 was to make sure that same thing, the freedom of playstyle and of violence versus non-violence, stealth versus combat, etc. We wanted to not only preserve that freedom and that broad spectrum of playstyles, but on the contrary, strengthen them. As for the consequences, we tried to make sure like there is still what we call a chaos system, this high chaos, low chaos dichotomy. But the way it works now is that the endings are more influenced by your actions in the game. By that I mean that there is some key choices during the game, not like at the end, but during the game, that will strongly influence your ending, and that will like branch on one of several endings. And then your chaos level will color these endings. Like it will be the same events, but they will have a different feel, a different, like I would say, a darker tone if you went the high chaos way. And again, it's to the intention is more that like you acted a certain way, the world will react. But we wanted this time so that it doesn't feel like a punishment or anything like that. So also the system itself, like without going too much into detail, is a bit more granular. So it's not about like killing versus non-killing necessarily, because the different characters in the world have a different weight regarding chaos, depending on how much they are innocent versus guilty. Because there is this guard who is just doing his job. You know, he has a kid and mouths to feed. Mouths to feed at home. Sorry, and if you kill this one, it will impact chaos more than if you kill that other guard that beats his wife and abuse on the shop owners, etc. And the interesting thing is that, of course, this will be completely transparent to a lot of players, I think, because it's a bit hidden. But the way to uncover the morality of the characters is to use the heart that was already there in Dishonored 1. But this time, when you use it to a character, even like any character, the whisper that it will say will inform you, or at least give you hints about its morality, and hence how much killing him would impact the world. So yeah, basically that's the details. But in general, the high level philosophy is still, we want the player to play his way, and we don't want it to be like the low chaos way is the right way or anything like that.